South America's role in World War II isn't very well understood, and the same goes for its largest nation, Brazil, who in 1942 declared war on Germany and joined the Allies, and whose troops took part in the fighting in Italy. But why did Brazil take this course? Surely Brazil could have sat World War II out and avoided the risks. So, as of the outbreak of the Second World War, Brazil was run by Getulio Vargas, who was an authoritarian primarily interested in staying in power. And his approach to doing that was to create a greater sense of patriotism in the Brazilian people and to make the country much wealthier. And he saw World War II as an opportunity to do that by playing both sides of the conflict off of each other. And he could do this because Brazil was a sizable nation, one whose geographic position would be a major boon to either side in the conflict. And over the previous 5 years, Brazil had built up economic relations with Germany, who was now their most important trading partner. And when the British blockade meant the trading with Germany became difficult, Vargas's government would hint that maybe it was going to join the Axis in outrage, which led to Britain and even the neutral United States investing in the country to bribe him into neutrality. Now, Vargas wasn't ever really considering joining the Axis powers. He knew how that would end. Vargas counted on the fact that the mere idea of Brazil joining the Axis would complicate the war for the Allies to the point where they couldn't take the risk. And as such, he could get more concessions. So in 1941, Germany did a thing, and a little later, Japan did a thing too. And these convinced Vargas and his government that the war was only ever going to end one way. As such, he entered negotiations with the Allies and gave them access to airfields and naval bases. And when Germany's leaders learned of this, they ordered the German Navy to attack Brazilian shipping. This outraged the Brazilian people, who demanded that Vargas join the war on the side of the Allies. He never actually wanted to do this, instead preferring to just sit there and make money. But the pressure was so great that in the end, Vargas yielded and declared war on Germany in 1942, which itself presented an opportunity to unite Brazil in the face of German aggression, and importantly, unite Brazil behind him. Now, if Brazil was going to fight in the war, Vargas wanted its role to be a glorious one, and Brazil simply being used as an American naval and air base was not good enough. As such, he organized a Brazilian expeditionary force consisting of 25,000 men, which was to be sent to Europe. Now, the role of the BEF, not that one, wasn't to storm Berlin, but to assist the Allies in the Mediterranean against Italy by plugging any gaps in the line. That didn't happen, and the Brazilians were soon at the forefront of the fighting, and they performed well, securing the surrender of tens of thousands of German and Italian soldiers. And as such, the Brazilian forces won national applause, which is why Vargas disbanded the BEF before they even got home, because their reputation was so good, he saw it as a potential threat to his power. Not that it would do him much good though, since he was ousted from power a mere 4 months